looking for a summer internship, Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to learn the radio and TV business. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776. Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world.
You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe, and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Hispanic Chamber Connection. This is a radio program that features and promotes members of the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. This show is broadcast from Lone Star Community Radio in downtown Conroe and can be heard at 104.5 and 106.1 FM or on the internet at irlonestar.com, or you can watch us as a Facebook Live on the Hispanic Chamber's Facebook page. My name is Tom Brody, and I am the Vice President of Membership for the Chamber. A quick update on Dr. Carlos Sanchez. Late yesterday, he was released from the hospital and is now in a physical therapy facility where they're going to work with him to get him stronger, back on his feet, and back to a normal routine. He wants to thank everyone for the prayers and support he's been receiving, and we all look forward to having him come back very soon. This program is sponsored by the Mill Agency, who's an executive partner in the Chamber. They are a full-service residential and commercial insurance agency. So today I'm pleased to have Gina Carrera as our guest today. She's the owner of Cook and Grow. It's a very innovative business that I'll let her describe in a few minutes. But first, I just want to let her come on and say hello. How are you today, Gina?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Real quick, please tell people what's the best way to get in contact with you. We'll have this later on, but just I want to get that out right now. Is it by text, phone, or email? What's the best way?
Probably email will be the best.
Okay.
And we have info@cookandgrow.com, which is cook and just a letter N.
Right.
Grow.
Okay.
Cookandgrow.com.
Okay. Well, very good. We're going to get back and talk with Gina more in detail in a few minutes. But first, I want to talk about the purpose of this radio program. This is one of the benefits of being a member in the Chamber. And so if you're a member and haven't appeared on this radio program, please send me an email to tom@tombrody.biz, and we'll get you on the calendar. We've had such a great response to our members who signed up for the radio recently that we're booked up through May, which is a great problem to have. But this is a weekly program, so every Tuesday at 2 p.m., so you have lots of opportunities. So if you haven't signed up yet, please reach out to me, and we'll get you on the calendar. We also have a radio show in Spanish. That one's on Thursdays at 10 o'clock on AM station 920, and that one's also booked up through May. So the summer's starting to be very busy, and if you want to get on the radio, now's the time to call us and get on here. So the one thing that we talk about in the Chamber is that the Hispanic Chamber has really 4 goals in mind for its members. It's visibility, business connections, targeted education, and member advocacy. And I think of no better way to fulfill all 4 of these goals than to have you and your business featured on one of our radio programs. So we also have an email newsletter that goes out every Sunday afternoon, informing our members and guests about upcoming meetings and events. And if you'd like to be added to that newsletter, or if you are a member and currently are not receiving the newsletter, please send me an email to tom@tombrody.biz. And if you have any questions that you'd like us to ask Gina, please send me a text message at 713-906-3710. So with all that business out of the way, Gina, let me turn it back to you. Cook and Grow, describe what that is.
So Cook and Grow is a cooking school for all ages.
Okay.
It's cooking made fun, actually. So here's where we teach you that cooking is not a chore. I guess it doesn't have to be a chore. And we make it fun for all ages. So they start when they're 2 with Mommy and Me classes.
Really?
Yes.
2?
You'll be surprised.
Wow. Okay.
How much they can do on their own. So the classes are designed for them. Mommy and Me class is designed for the toddler is the one doing everything, and mom is just, there as a backup.
Okay.
Just to help.
Right.
Which most of the time they're like, no, I got it. So we use children's safe utensils.
Okay.
So, which is better for them, for their little hands.
Sure.
And it's really good for them, for their fine motor skills.
Right.
And like, it's really nice. So we make obviously age appropriate recipes, and so moms are shocked to see what they can do.
I'm amazed at that too. I mean, I can't imagine.
Yes.
You know, I grew up where kids are in the kitchen saying, no,
No, no, no, no. Yes.
don't spill, don't measure,
Don't.
don't anything. Yes.
Don't.
Yeah.
Yes. So we definitely let them do all what mom doesn't let them do.
Right.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Most kids like us because, kids definitely like us.
Well, yeah, they get to do things that
Yes.
they
Cooking is
don't
just
normally get to.
More like, it's like painting. I used to tell moms, it's like painting. We all want our kids to do it, just not in our kitchen.
Right.
Right? It's just like so wonderful. It's just, no. No, I don't want my, green walls. And so no. So we let them make all the mess they want. And, and they don't have to obviously work. Oh, well, we actually teach them how to clean too, which is another life skill.
Well, there you go.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So I take it that a lot of this is kind of entertainment, but do you have classes for the serious learning that people really want to learn how to actually make certain things?
We do.
Okay.
We actually do. People call all the time, like, okay, so you can't become a chef with us. We focus in recreational cooking. Okay. So, yes, we'll teach you how to make, and we have actually classes that are, we tailor some. We're going to have a 6-week course of, everything from knife skills or whenever they're getting ready to go to college, like really the life skill part of cooking, because it is a life skill.
So more than just how to cook ramen noodles. Huh?
Yes. So they are not. Yes. So they don't eat noodles at least not ramen noodles.
Right.
For the rest of the college. And then we have, we do a lot of events. So for adults is BYOB type of thing, but it's more recreational.
Okay. Well, very good. So you said you have cooking classes for all ages.
We do.
So who are better learners, adults or kids?
That is an actually great question. That's a great question. I think most of the time are kids.
Really?
Because even for class management, it's easier. We as adults, it's just, we just can't stop talking. The kids are like, they talk obviously and they're loud. They're there to have fun.
Right.
But whenever they're paying attention, they are on it. And with adults, especially because, they're drinking sometimes, and again, it's just fun. So, and we do big events, so that probably makes it louder too.
Oh, okay. So your facilities, how many people can you accommodate in a class?
We have 2 locations. So let's see. So if the class is at our location, it's like 50, 30, 50, not many.
Okay.
But we have done events, we often do events for 100, 120, 313 was the largest we have done.
And all these people are like access to...
But not in my place.
Right. But you've got that many people actually cooking things.
Yes.
And so who has facilities that big that will allow that many?
Well, we do a lot. We've done the huge ones at Texas A&M.
Okay.
At the rec, or let me see. Yes, in Close Station, that's what we've done.
Okay.
The largest, sororities.
So it's a big commercial kitchen that you're using for something
Well,
like that.
actually, this is the craziest part of it. We have, part of a company is, and that's how we started, our mobile. Mm-hmm. So we bring everything. We bring just like catering events. I'm sure you're familiar.
Okay, yeah.
Because of catering, but people's like, how are you gonna bring all that? Are you gonna cook here? And you're like, yes, I can. Then you see all what we get.
Yeah.
Like, wow, they brought the whole kitchen. So we really bring everything, and we do it often. So it's like for us, not a big deal.
Okay.
So we need, sometimes depends on the venue, but sometimes we have to bring tables or ovens or, everything. But that's
so actually bring ovens and just kind of roll them in, plug them in?
Yes, people is
Wow.
like, How?
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't even know that was
yes,
possible.
like you carry it, put it in the trailer and bring it.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
I know.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Wow. So how long have you guys been in business?
Cook and Grow has been in business for 5 years.
Okay.
And then we just, in College Station.
Okay.
And we just opened our Katy location a couple of months ago.
Oh, okay. Very
Yes,
good.
like mid-February.
Oh, nice. Okay. Very good. So is this your own concept or a franchise?
No, it is. It is my own.
Your own concept.
Yes, it is
So-
my baby.
Oh, that's awesome. So the two locations, you're still running those, or is one of them a franchise already?
No, not a franchise
Okay.
yet. I have awesome staff, and we're at the point where I don't have to wear all the hats. So
Well, that's what I was wondering. 'Cause I
Yes.
looked on your website, the calendar of classes, and I went, oh my God, there's so many
How?
classes between Katy and College Station. You can't be teaching them all. So I figured
I
you must have a good
cannot.
staff.
Yes, I
Yeah.
cannot. So I'm at the point where, my staff, like the big ones, there's certain class that I teach myself.
Okay.
It is so hard to let go.
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially because it is my baby, and everything has, especially the adult events,
Mhm.
is because is the recreational part of it, like the fun and
Right.
I don't know, can hire someone with the same sarcasm I have. Do you know?
Well, I mean, I was thinking about that too.
Yeah.
It's like, it sounded like from what was reading on the website that it was more entertainment based. And
Yes.
so I figured, okay, it's one thing to be able to hire chefs, but then to hire people who had that skill and could teach and be entertaining, that's probably hard to find.
It is super hard.
Yeah. Where do you look for those people?
Chefs apply all the time.
Really?
And I don't hire them.
Well, I guess
Most of them no, because
Yeah.
they definitely know how to cook.
Right.
But then again, they're like, no, half cup of is not what we do.
Right.
So it is all the conversation and I'm not the funniest people. I'm not the funniest person in the world, but it does matter,
Yeah.
So people start requesting. I mean, it all started like that. Actually, my plan was to franchise, or it is to franchise at some point.
Okay.
But, to my marketing director and people's like, I don't think you're going to be able to do that because of adult classes. Because of you, like, you
Right.
can't clone myself.
Well,
Like,
that's the
I
thing.
can't-
I mean, a lot of people can do certain skills, but then it takes a whole different kind of person to teach. And then it takes, I guess, a different kind of person to be able to teach in a fun way, to try to capture what you're doing now. I mean, I can imagine that those people are very, there's not a lot of them. And trying to find and weed them out. Like you said, you can find chefs, but they cook and they don't want to be bothered with other people, I would think.
Yes, no. Like teachers work better. For instance, we have a few
Yeah. Okay.
teachers, and they have the skill of, they can teach,
Right.
and in a fun way. I never hire anyone who needs a job, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I know it's like so weird, but so there's never a routine. So it's really not a job that feels like a job.
Okay.
So they'll have fun. And we do, one day we're teaching, we have this event for 120 people, and they're college students or, all women or women's organization or something.
Okay. All right.
And then at the next day, we're teaching kids. It can be special needs or, kindergartners.
Right.
So it's super fun. That really never feels like a boring routine. And
Yeah, I would think
so.
it's
Yes,
different
no,
every day,
It
right?
is.
You
Every day is
Wow.
a whole new adventure. So
Okay.
It's
Well,
fun.
That's awesome. Well, we are talking with Gina Carrera on the Hispanic Chamber Connection, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be back shortly.
Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyperlocal audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out ourlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your questions. Get seen on TV, YouTube, and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Support your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Did you know that there are over 153 million orphans in the world today? The sad reality is 99% of those kids will likely never be adopted. Core Love is an organization right here in Conroe that takes care of orphan children in Haiti, Honduras, and India. We bring the love of Jesus by providing their 6 basic needs of clean water, proper food, healthcare, education, job skills, and a loving home. Visit corelove.org, that's CORELUV.org. Will you help defend the orphan?
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
We have the safest food supply in the world. Strict laws and regulations restrict the usage of hormones, antibiotics, and pesticides within our food supply. Production agriculture practices and technologies such as the use of GMOs, which is not any more or less risky than conventional crop production, has allowed American farmers to produce more food on less acres in environmentally sound ways. Find out more online at pathtotheplate.tamu.edu. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make lives better.
The Hispanic Chamber Connection is sponsored by the Yamel Insurance Agency, located at 719 Sawdust Road, Suite 103, the Woodlands, Texas. The Yamel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency that provides home, life, automobile, and umbrella insurance coverage. Since 2006, the Yamel Agency has been a bilingual insurance service for businesses and private citizens in the Montgomery County area. For more information on the Yamel Insurance Agency, please visit the Hispanic Chamber Connection at www.irlonestar.com/HCC. The Yamel Insurance Agency is available by telephone at 832-525-5656 or online www.yamelagency.com. The Yamel Insurance Agency is a sponsor of this program, and the Hispanic Chamber Connection thanks you.
Welcome back. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection. This is a radio program that features and promotes members of the Texas Gulf Coast Chamber of Commerce. My name is Tom Brody. I'm the Vice President of Membership for the Chamber. We are here with Gina Carrera, and we were just talking about her company, Cook and Grow. Gina, the one thing I hadn't asked you yet is, where did you get your love of cooking? Who taught you to cook?
That's a good question. Actually, we cook. My family comes in the family.
Okay.
My family owns a winery in Central Mexico and a food processing plant. So that's what my dad did for.
Oh wow!
Okay,
for his job, yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
Yes. It's gone now. He retired.
Okay.
Finally, but and then my mom has done catering. She has taught classes. All my brothers cook. A couple of them are chefs.
Really?
So we all cook.
That's amazing.
The funniest thing is my mom never taught me how to cook. I guess I learned just by being in the kitchen.
Okay.
And just being like, what you doing? Can I try? What is that? Can I add more? That's how I learned. There's actually a lot of stuff that I make different than how my mom makes it.
Okay.
So it is funny. I learned
So it's
probably more
like a competition almost?
It's probably, she's like, that's weird. Never had that in mind. Mine has no onions. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
Yes.
I could see that where it's a little competition going, because actually, my wife and some of her brothers and actually her sons now, they'll try to one up each other a little bit.
Yes.
And recipes and things.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay. It's edible.
That's funny. So cooking was very important in your family. Do you think that's more of a cultural thing, or is it just kind of depending on who your family is? And the reason I say that is that my wife now is my second wife. She came from, her grandmother taught her to cook, and so that was a part of how she grew up. And then she married into an Italian family, and it was always big thing. So, my exposure has been Italians and Cajuns, right? So, and food is
Yum.
very important to them. Well, exactly. Food is very important to them, but not so much when I grew up. So, I just was wondering is it more cultural or just the luck of who your family was, or maybe what they did for a living?
I think both.
Okay.
Like in my family, my dad is the second of 21 kids, 15 alive, but
21
I know.
children.
Same mom, same dad, no adoptions.
My goodness, that's amazing.
Crazy. 15 alive, made it through adulthood and, have kids and grandkids and stuff. So imagine Christmas. We don't go home for Christmas anymore, but, when I hear someone's like, oh, have a big family. No. I have a big family.
Oh, wait.
So my grandma was a wonderful cook. Like everybody, we get together and, and of course I have family all over the world. There's some of them that I don't even know. But,
wow.
this is, your uncle from, so there's German, Germany, Spain, Italy. Like it's just a weird combination.
Wow.
We're everywhere. So, and it's all about, always lots of people, always lots of food.
Right.
Lots of wine too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I do not.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's always this big get-togethers where we didn't get a caterer. We
You
just
probably couldn't afford it that many people.
Yeah, I know, right? They'll be like, no, I think we'll cook ourselves.
Exactly. I can see that.
I think part of is either like cultural and who your family is. Like in my
Okay.
family is like very. But I mean, once in a while, I have friends that are like, do you have, it's because you're from Mexico, do you have a friend that makes tortillas from scratch every day? Well, good luck with that, buddy.
Yeah.
No. No.
Yeah.
They're extinct. Yes.
Okay. So what about I know you've got two boys. Have they already shown an interest in cooking too?
They love it.
Yeah.
They are scarily comfortable in the kitchen.
How old are they?
They're now 6 and 7.
Oh, wow. Really?
Well, the 7-year-old is about to turn 8,
Okay.
but they're 22 months apart. But, when they're 3 and 5, that will wake me up a Sunday morning. It will be the tick, 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 in the stove, the gas, and I'm like, where are they cooking?
Yeah.
And that's scary.
And
Like,
they
yes.
get,
No, they've never gotten burned or,
Wow.
they're very aware of their surroundings, let's
Okay.
say, or
That's awesome.
what's hot.
So
But
they-
they get like pots and pans out, and
So are they cooking for you for breakfast, or are they just cooking for themselves?
most of the time for themselves.
Okay.
They're like, oh, I made, such. Or,
Wow.
it can be just quesadillas, something very simple. But,
Sure.
but I have friends that can't make quesadillas to save their lives.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So-
I couldn't. I'm
Yeah.
sure I couldn't. So.
Yes.
So a 6 and 7-year-old showing me up.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty depressing. So I know that you came from the family, but what attracted you to get into this as a business? I guess you had love of cooking, but love of cooking with other people, I would think, is not necessarily the same thing.
No, it's not. I think that, a couple of things. I started many, many years ago since I started cooking very young, someone, I guess, I used to sell my stuff when I was little.
Really?
They were like, oh, so cute. You made this cute little chocolates.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes. Want to order some? She can place an order on Wednesday. So I was like on it.
Okay, very good.
So someone was, one of those sweet ladies was like, oh, that's cute. Will you teach my daughter? And I was like, I can, yes. So I did. I started teaching a small group of kids. And, it was in my house. Next thing I know, it's been more than 7 years.
Wow.
That I've been teaching them. And
Okay.
so it was really nice. Like I said, in my house once a week. And I was doing everything else that was just like kind of on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And then I quit to go, college and do real life and everything. And, get a real job. And I have an architecture degree, so I just
Really?
and that got me busy.
So how did you go from cooking to architecture?
That's crazy, right? Well, I always liked. I was gonna be a veterinarian or an architect. And then I guess in my cultural, or in my culture, in my family, in my social, economical, whatever you want to call it, you go to college.
Right.
Like, even if later you want to flip burgers, you want to do whatever, then you gonna have to go to college.
Right.
So it was never. I guess I grew up with it. They didn't, make me go to college or do anything like that. But it was more like, no, like for college, I'm gonna do this. But then, it was always on the back of my mind. It was always like, I just put it on the back burner. I was like, whenever I, when I have my kids and I want to slow down and open my own business, I can see myself working for someone my whole life. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open my little cooking school.
Okay.
So I did have students that became chefs. Like,
Really? Okay.
yes. So this is, I guess, that when I realized that when you can touch, influence kids that much,
Right.
and you can, touch someone's life, you're like, oh yeah, it's really inspiring.
So how you said you had students who actually went on to become chefs.
Mm-hmm.
How old were they when they first came to your class?
They were like 7.
Really?
I had this one girl, and the mom, sweet kid and sweet lady, and she was like, I don't cook. She likes it because of you, but we're good. So, but she kept showing up, every week, and she was always like, when I grow up, I'm gonna cook like you. I'm gonna be a chef. But when they're little, they want to be astronauts. They want to be firefighters
Or a fire
like,
truck. I've heard a kid want to be a fire truck. Yeah.
that would be mine. And you're like, And their parents are really like, no, he's too little. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
But most parents, like this lady, was like, yes. So she just like kept going. Right now she's, married and she has a kid of her own and everything. But she did. She became a professional chef.
That's
Actually,
awesome.
we still have a, Facebook, the contact and stuff. And she's, yes. So. That made me so proud. Yes.
That is very cool.
I was like, that's me.
Exactly. So you should have a wall of honor of all of your people that have gone on to actually learn to become a chef. That is awesome. So I know did you ever think about taking the cooking to the other extreme? I said actually like open a restaurant or something like that. Because I've heard people who are cooking. That's been their passion is they wanted to open a restaurant, and you seemed like you took a different tack. And I'm just wondering if there was never a time where you wanted to go into the restaurant business as well.
No, I love the restaurant business. We as my family, because it wasn't mine, but my family owned several restaurants, and so I grew up in the restaurant kitchen, and
so that's why
I'm
you didn't
very
want
familiar with it. So, and it's a very noble and good business. Like you meet lots of people, and it's just like fun. But it's so slaving. I mean, if you see what I do every day, not that this is less slaving.
Right.
Like I work a lot.
Yeah. Well, I've never owned a restaurant, but I've been around enough of people who did, and I worked in a retail business for a while. I was like, I can't imagine working in a restaurant because just working in a retail business takes so much, especially if you have a storefront or multiple locations. That's so much of your time. The restaurant's even more of that. Plus, you're serving food. And I just can't imagine being in that business. So if you got a taste of it, that's probably why you didn't.
Yes,
I can see that.
Not what yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. Wow.
Yes, not, like I said, I don't know. Some days I'm like, what if? When people's like, they come over or to my house and, man, you should open a restaurant. This is so good.
Yeah.
I was like, no. No.
Takes about 30 seconds and you're over it, right?
And then I'm like, maybe, no.
Yeah.
No.
I can definitely see that because that's a lot of work. That is
Yes.
a lot of work.
I like entertaining.
Sure.
And, obviously cooking. So that is my thing. That's what I do with the grown-ups and then with the kids is just so rewarding working with children. It's just like so much fun.
Yeah.
So messy and so fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, this is the Hispanic Chamber Connection. We are talking to Gina Carrera from Cook and Grow, and we'll be right back after these moments.
A Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for summer internship opportunities, a Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to grab the mic and be on the air. A Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world all year round. Be an on-air personality, talk show producer, or YouTube, TV, podcast editor. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776.
Does volunteering at a nonprofit horse sanctuary sound wonderful? Or are you a veteran or a veteran spouse and think trying a peer group session through a local Horses and Heroes equine program might be worth trying? Henry's Home Horse and Human Sanctuary, located in Grand Central Park by appointment only, is home to a growing number of rescued and donated horses. Visit our website at henryshomehorsesanctuary.org or check out our Facebook at Henry's Home Horse and Human Sanctuary for more information.
The Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service has been dedicated to educating Texans for over a century. In 1915, the Extension Program was established under the federal Smith-Lever Act to deliver university knowledge and agricultural research findings directly to the people. Ever since, AgriLife Extension programs have addressed the emerging issues of the day, serving diverse populations across the state. Texans turn to Extension for solutions in horticulture, agriculture, 4-H and youth, and family and consumer sciences. Extension agents respond not only with answers, but also with resources and services that result in significant returns on investment to boost the economy. Join us Fridays at 1 o'clock for the AgriLife Extension Hour.
The Hispanic Chamber Connection is sponsored by the Amel Insurance Agency, located at 719 Sawdust Road, Suite 103, the Woodlands, Texas. The Amel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency that provides home, life, automobile, and umbrella insurance coverage. Since 2006, the Amel Agency has been a bilingual insurance service for businesses and private citizens in the Montgomery County area. For more information on the Amel Insurance Agency, please visit the Hispanic Chamber Connection at www.irlonestar.com/HCC. The Amel Insurance Agency is available by telephone at 832-525-5656 or online www.amelagency.com. The Amel Insurance Agency is a sponsor of this program, and the Hispanic Chamber Connection thanks you.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection, a radio program that features and promotes members of the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. My name is Tom Brody. I'm the Vice President of Membership for the Chamber, and we are talking with Gina Carrera from Cook and Grow, and we'll be back talking to Gina in just a second. One of the things I want to do is kind of touch a little bit about one of the things that's going on at the Chamber. We are implementing a new website design, and it's also going to be integrated with a new app that you can have on your phone. If anybody's looked at our website now, you know that it's kind of hard to find, people that have the different companies and services that you're looking for. It's not the most dynamic, searchable member directory. That's all going to change. It will be something that will be really unique. You'll be able to search for, services or products that you need, and also for companies who are bilingual. So that's one of the things that we're adding to the system. So if you're looking for a company that is bilingual, you'll be able to filter for that and look that up. And that will also then transfer over to the app itself. And the app you'll be able to download to your phone. And so as long as you're network connected on your phone, you can look up those services. The nice thing about that is that if you sign up to have a member app within the Chamber app, then if somebody finds your business, they can go to a landing page to find out more details about you and your company, pictures of your products and services, of what your location, all that stuff can be on your member app. Then they hit a button and then place a call to you or send you an email. So it's functionality that's going to help your business stand out. So if you haven't signed up for the member app, please do so. It's in the newsletter that goes out. There's always a link that you can actually fill out the information and send it in. because we've got all that stuff over to our vendor, and they're going to be working on that. And we should be seeing that in a matter of a couple weeks, I think. So we're very close to rolling this thing out. And if you're not excited about it and don't understand it, please reach out to me. Send me an email. I can talk to you more about it, because this is one of those things that's going to really, it's going to change everything. It's going to make you more visible, let people find you easier and do business with you easier. And that's what Chambers of Commerce are all about, is helping businesses do business with each other. So that's a very important new feature that's going to be free to new members. So if you haven't joined the Chamber yet, once you join, you'll get a member app as part of your sign-up benefits. If you're an existing member, it's a one-time charge of $49, which is peanuts for what you're going to get, and the value that you're going to get out of that it's going to be amazing. So enough of that commercial, but definitely if you're thinking about it, please get with us and get your information so you can be included, because it's one of those things that people just don't understand the power that it'll be, because it's almost, even if you don't have a website now, this will essentially be giving you a website, because the company is going to build you a landing page. So once someone finds you in the Chamber app, they'll go to a landing page that lists all the information about you, your services, and then they'll be able to do business with you right away. So it's just as good as having your own website at $50. You can't beat that. So that's enough on that. Let's get back to Gina. One of the things we were talking about is that you grew up with your family cooking and all that, and one of the things that I've kind of seen just from other people, and I'm sure you see it now too, is that cooking from scratch is kind of a lost art, especially probably in this country, and with the growth of all the meals in the box industry, I'll call it, like the Blue Apron and HelloFresh and Home Chef. It seems like cooking from scratch is a lost art form. What do you think that is, from your perspective?
I think it's our lifestyle.
Okay.
I think we live so fast, especially in this country.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know y'all, but we do.
Right.
I am, if I don't go to the gym at 5 a.m, then I can't go any other time because I don't have time.
Right.
And I think the kids have a routine. We have to get to work. We just live faster and faster every day.
Right.
And yes, you want to make the best decisions and, cook from scratch and everything, but, grinding the corn to make your tortillas is really not a thing anymore. So what we try to do, is meal prep and stuff. Like, that's why it's so, it's trending a lot. Like, all those services that you mentioned. But we go back to the frozen food. So it's like, I made it, but then, it has broccoli. Look, it's a frozen meal thing. It's not gonna work.
Right.
But look at the broccoli picture. Look, it's in the picture.
Yeah.
So,
do you think they'll ever come back, cooking from scratch or just home cooked meals?
I think that it is like going back to the midwife instead of, the C-section and all that. Like, I think that we kind of like everything goes back, but then again, like with the cooking, just so time consuming. Is so that is just like, I guess, for the special occasions or for, the stay-at-home moms that can actually do every day. But even stay-at-home moms, I always thought, I want to be a stay-at-home mom for now. So I can, take a break from office. And I was like, no, the office, I had an assistant. I have,
Right.
It's so much work. Yeah. So we're super busy. Even stay-at-home moms are like busier than everybody else. Like you have to do everything. And again, time is just the only the resource that is just like, you can't really produce more of.
Well, right. And with kids nowadays, they're involved in sports and other activities. So, if you're not cooking and cleaning, you're chauffeuring kids around. And so it's like that takes up all the time, and it's time to eat. And you've got, half an hour between events. And so you end up catching fast food or doing something quick.
Yeah. So even I always thought about it like, what? So they give you the ingredients, like measure ingredients so you can do all the chopping and put it together and cook it, like put it in a pot and, saute everything. Okay. To me, it didn't make sense at the beginning, When I first heard of it, I was like, I'm not sure. Because again, like, I have the potatoes, 2 carrots, but then I think of people that buy the fresh stuff and really like, I don't know what to do with it.
Exactly.
So at the end of the week, they're just like to the trash
throw it
can.
away, yeah.
Yes. So that is, I mean, so helpful. At least it's, I mean, it's definitely better than eating out.
Right.
Like, I always tell people the worst thing, the most unhealthy you can cook at home is way better than the healthiest you can eat somewhere else.
At a restaurant, really?
At a restaurant.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that brings me to a question. Do you eat out much because of that?
It's a funny question. Sometimes I do feel like I want to eat specific, like I am craving,
Okay.
Brazilian steak from like,
Okay. So you have
like I need picanha today.
Okay. Very good.
Yes. And otherwise, but then sometimes I might get home and my kids are like, what do you want for dinner? And they'll be like, let's do a cooking challenge. You and Daddy and us. And I'm like, great. And we'll do it because
Wow, okay.
I know some days I'm like, really? You've been cooking all day and then
Yeah.
you get home to cook again? Yes, because, I haven't cooked with my kids. And if that's what they want to do for dinner, that's what's happening
Oh, good.
in the
Okay.
kitchen. So my husband cooks amazing too.
Really?
So that helps too.
Yeah. Well, I bet it divides up the chores for sure.
Yes.
I guess the question I have is, what's the biggest challenge in this business? I mean, other than logistics and getting people to show up when they said they're going to show up, but what's your biggest challenge in your business?
I think my staff is amazing. So I really don't have she said she was going to be here. So not really. They're very reliable.
Okay.
And I think the hardest is, it's physical. So we have some days that are, you're on your feet a lot.
Okay.
You have a lot of energy. So like people's like, how much coffee have you drank? Like, what's in this? So I really don't, like I said, because it's fun stuff.
Okay.
So it's never like, I'm dragging it. But the challenge is, like for the kids, everything is wonderful. And then sometimes but the parents staying in the class or wanting to, all we do with the kids is all about, like we're all about, promoting independence and self-confidence.
Okay.
And then I have the mom. Can I stay with Baba? How old is Baba? 11. No. No. So it is, it's fun because they want to be part of it.
Right.
So that's what we have, like Mommy and Me stuff. But then, when you have a party or a class of 10 kids with the parents, then it's 30 people. Like it's 30 people. And then they won't stop talking about the neighbor and da-da-da-da-da. And the kids can't hear. So having everybody in the same place, I think that is, or me explaining to the parents, like, it's drop off.
Yeah.
So, yes. But once they do it once, they're like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay. Very good.
Bye. There you go. 2 hours.
They get it. Yeah. Little break time. I see that. Okay. Well, very good. One of the things I saw on your website that you like brewing beer.
I do.
Do you offer classes in that, or is that something that lends itself to a class, do you think?
I haven't, just because I like playing with it. It's something I do. Like I cure my own meats. We make prosciutto, we make capicola.
Oh, nice.
I make chorizo, stuff like that at home.
Right.
I just don't have that time to, like I haven't incorporated that to the classes. And I guess I'm like super busy, which is, again, a good problem to have. And now with with the 2 locations, and then we have the mobile events, and we have, we're approaching summer, which is our busiest season. So it just gets busier and busier.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Well, I don't know anything about brewing beer. I drink it, but that's about it. I just didn't know if it took a longer process than what you could fit into a class.
If it will take longer.
If it will take too long.
Oh,
to fit.
no.
Okay.
It is. I mean, it is because you can do, the different phases of.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, we're not gonna I'll be like, okay, I'll see you in 2 weeks, and then
right, yeah.
we can, yes.
Well, I didn't know, like, you can't take it from beginning to end because you've got that big break in there. So I didn't know if
Yes.
it was even worth even trying to teach a class like that.
Yes, there is classes, and I know people that really do it for business. I'm in this organization. It's a women's organization, and we don't brew, like we can't brew every time we get together, but whenever we do, and whenever I have time to go with them, we drink the beer and we go, like different kinds of beer, and it's just super fun, and it's all learning. It's just so much to learn.
Right. Yeah.
Super fun.
Well, very good. We're talking with Gina Carrera. She's the owner of Cook and Grow, and we'll be right back after these few moments.
Don't forget to download the Lone Star Community Radio app from your Google Play or Apple Store. Bring Montgomery County's community radio with you anywhere with your smartphone or tablet. If you are in the Conroe area, tune in on FM. That's Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1. If you are on the computer, bookmark irlonestar.com as your internet radio station. A Lone Star Community Radio. Broadcasting 24/7 from the heart of downtown Conroe, Texas.
From the beginning, the main purpose of the Cooperative Extension Service has been to change human behavior by teaching people how to apply the results of scientific research. By utilizing a holistic, multi-level approach, Extension family and community health programs encourage health and well-being for everyone, addressing values, concerns, and needs with reliable science-based information. Extension programs help people lead healthier lives. We are Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, helping Texans make their lives better.
The Hispanic Chamber Connection is sponsored by the Yamel Insurance Agency, located at 719 Sawdust Road, Suite 103, the Woodlands, Texas. The Yamel Agency is a family-owned insurance agency that provides home, life, automobile, and umbrella insurance coverage. Since 2006, the Yamel Agency has been a bilingual insurance service for businesses and private citizens in the Montgomery County area. For more information on the Yamel Insurance Agency, please visit the Hispanic Chamber Connection at www.irlonestar.com/HCC. The Yamel Insurance Agency is available by telephone at 832-525-5656 or online www.yamelagency.com. The Yamel Insurance Agency is a sponsor of this program, and the Hispanic Chamber Connection thanks you.
Hispanic Chamber Connections with Dr. Carlos Sanchez, President of the Woodlands-Conroe Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, featuring event announcements, member highlights, and more. Tuesdays at 1 p.m., broadcasting from the heart of Conroe, Texas on irlonestar.com and Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
Welcome back. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection. My name is Tom Brody. I'm the Vice President of Membership for the Chamber. This is a radio program that features and promotes members of the Texas Gulf Coast Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We are talking with Gina Carrera today. She's the owner of Cook and Grow. Found out that her family grew up in the kitchen and around food preparation, so that's kind of where she developed her love of cooking and teaching. One of the things I want to talk about now, Gina, is that on your website, you've got, you conduct these classes kind of on demand or as requested, but you also have regularly scheduled classes, right?
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
And there's specific, I guess, recipes or specific, like
themes.
Themes. Like, I know, one night was empanadas, another one was pastas and things like that. How do people sign up for those?
So everything is online.
Okay.
So you go in cookandgrow.com. Again, you pick your location, Katy or Call Station, kids or adults. So you don't have to navigate through the whole kids camps and events and everything else if you just want a BYOB class. So that's we don't have weekly classes, you pay monthly and for the adults, just for the kids. For the kids, we have the semester classes, so it's like school. It's like an after-school program. Weekly classes. The adults is more like a one-time thing. So we definitely have people that come more than once. But it's like a one-time event.
Okay.
So you sign up for it, and super easy. If you see sushi, if you hate seafood, then that won't be the class
Right,
for you.
yeah.
So that's how you get, you're feeling, let's cook something South American or Asian, or what do you want to learn?
Okay. So then just go on the website and sign up, because you can have how many people are in the class? And
So you can join one of our classes,
Mhm.
which is, so you can by yourself. They're usually couples,
Okay.
because you just want to bring,
sure.
with a bunch of strangers, so you just bring a friend,
Yeah.
and a bottle of wine or something, whatever you're going to drink,
Right.
and to join the class. Or we also do events, private events. We do everything. My wife, is her birthday, and she will love to know how to make this.
Oh,
so
okay.
we do that, private lessons.
Right.
Or they have a small group of people coming over. Or we do, again, the corporate events. They have staff socials for, 30, 50 employees, 70, 100.
Wow.
Yes.
Do people do like Christmas parties too?
We've done a few near Christmas, not specifically like Christmas parties,
Okay.
but it is a good option, because dinner is included.
Right.
They obviously eat what they make.
Yeah.
And then they had the drinks, and it's a bit of, the bonding part of.
Well, that's what I was
the
thinking
networking. Super
about.
fun.
I didn't know if you had like a Christmas party. So, because a lot of companies kind of struggle with what to do for a Christmas party. And it seemed like that would be a lot of fun, to have your Christmas party. You have to eat too. So that it's a bonding time, kind of a team building. And then I was thinking you might have like a Christmas themed meal prep.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go through all that and actually fix turkey or whatever. Of course, turkey's probably not the right thing, because that would take hours
That will take
to
forever.
cook it. But something, maybe, a bunch of hors d'oeuvres that they can
Mm-hmm.
then take away the recipe. I guess that's another question. If once they go through the class, do you give them the recipe so they can
Yes,
prep
yes.
this later?
Well, I actually, most of the time, depending on what they're cooking, but we'll teach you how to cook without the recipe. Not really like you put this much, not really, but
Okay.
more like feeling the texture. If it's a dough, like you'll know if it's dry, if it needs more oil, if it needs more water, or if it's too dry, or if it's not stretching correctly, or
Okay.
so that is, and then but they walk out with a recipe.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, if I was that, I'd have to have a recipe. 'Cause I've got
And you'd be like,
once I have a list, I can do that and instructions.
not
Always-
everybody can.
I'm a
It's
good
skill.
instruction follower. I mean, but I was telling you about my wife cook. She just goes in there and she'll have like 3 or 4 things going at the same time, and she's just throwing stuff in there, and I'm just amazed watching her do that. Because
I know there's people that cannot cook more than one thing at a time.
yeah, and that's me.
I have all my 4 burners. I'm like,
No,
Yeah.
and that's her. She'll do, and she'll something that she hasn't been looking at for a while. She'll have her recipes out, but having 3 or 4 going at the same time is just
yes.
blows my mind. So one of the things you said, you talked about corporate events. Are there any special events coming up that you've got, or special offers that you'd like to make to our listeners?
Yes, we are actually, well, for now, we are getting ready, like I said, for our summer camp. During summer, most of what we do is for the kids.
Okay.
So we have summer camps. People is registered for those. In the evenings, we have classes for the adults. For the classes that we are offering from now to, I guess, the end of May.
Mm-hmm.
For the kids, we're doing 5% on each class, like 5% multiplied by the number of classes you want to take.
Okay,
if
so
that
like
makes
5%
sense.
off?
Yes,
Okay.
5% off.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you take 2, then it'll be 10%.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Right. Okay. Well, very good. For the classes that are scheduled, that was a question I had. If somebody wanted to sign up, is there a specific time that they have to sign up? Like if you got a class on Monday, do they have to sign up by Friday, or how does that work?
We try to close the 24 hours or so before.
Okay. Very good. Well, thank you everyone for listening. This is the Hispanic Chamber Connection. We've been talking with Gina Carrera. Real quick, what's your website again so people can find out?
It's cookandgrow.com.
Okay. Or yeah, it's cook in the letter N grow.com. So we'll be back next week at 2 o'clock.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for checking out this show on Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. This show is owned and produced by Lone Star Community Radio and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. For more information about the show, to be a guest, or to sponsor, just contact the studio at 936-647-3776 to leave a message, or email us at lscrstudios@gmail.com.